Hi guys. So I've actually had technical difficulties, which is why I'm getting such a late start on these videos, but with any luck, I won't have any more problems, and I will probably be making 1 to 2 videos every day this coming week, so you guys get a sense of what I'm like and what my videos are going to be about. And I have decided on my first 2 topics. So today I'm going to talk about adoption, and then in my video following this one, I'm going to talk about drinking. So I want to talk about adoption because usually when people meet me, they then meet my parents, and then they meet my siblings, and the first thought that seems to come to mind is that none of us look alike. Well, my younger sister actually looks exactly like my mom, which is usually why people target me and go, how come you don't look anything like your mom or your sister? And when I was younger, I used to just brush it off and be like, oh, I don't know, haha, you're just being silly. But as I got older and I started understanding my past better, I was more open to telling people that I was adopted. So I'm going to quickly tell you my story, and if at any point you have questions you want to ask me, feel free to comment below, and I'll either make another video answering your questions, or I'll just message you privately. Probably just make another video because that's easier. I will do a topic, and then I'll do a Q&A that actually makes sense. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so anyway, back to what I was saying. I was adopted when I was 3 years old. I was adopted from Russia, and I spoke Russian until I was about 7 or 8, and then I lost my Russian accent when I was 12, which is why nobody knows I'm from Russia, because I sound like a New Yorker, which is what I am. So then people usually ask me, well, what's it like? Or, do you know your blood parents? Or do you know if you have siblings? And unfortunately, 3 days ago, I found out the disgusting truth about my blood parents, and I don't feel like sharing that with the world. But it basically comes to show that adoption is a really sticky, icky, complicated, upsetting, touchy-feely subject to talk about. So if you know someone who's adopted, don't jump on the bandwagon and start asking them questions, because that might make them feel very uncomfortable. And I know it's true for me. I feel like I have PTSD because there are nights when I have flashbacks of being in an orphanage, and I wake up and I start bawling my eyes out for a few hours. No big deal, right? Well, yeah, it's upsetting. So my brother was adopted too, but he and I are from separate families. And basically what happened was my parents wanted a kid, but they couldn't have one. And so they adopted. And then 5 years later, my non-biological mom was pregnant with my now younger sister. So that's how that happened. And like I said, it also made things a little uncomfortable for my younger sister too, because she also gets asked that question, like, how come your older sister doesn't look anything like you? And I'm sure she's told people, oh, my sister and brother were adopted, and I don't know, it's a big thing, it's a big deal, people make a big deal out of it, and some people think it's awesome, like, oh, you're from Russia, that's so cool, like, can you speak the language? Which, by the way, I can't. I don't speak fluently anymore. I do know a couple words, but not fluent. No way. I am fully American now, you could say. Anyway, it is it's very sad. And I don't really like to talk about it a lot because it has had a huge impact on my life, and it's just depressing is what it really is. And I feel grateful that there was a roof over my head, and that a loving couple brought me into their family, and that I have been gifted with education and food, and it's just, I don't know, guys, it's just, I'm usually not at a loss of words, but it's a very complex situation. It might be easier if you ask me questions, that way I have a way to go with this conversation. But anyway, that's that. I'm going to stop this video here. don't be afraid to ask me any questions. I will be open, and if there's something I really don't want to talk about, I'll say so. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.